Alright, let's talk about what's broken today. In Los Angeles, an Uber driver on trial over the city's most destructive wildfire, a crash that shatters a community, and a warehouse inferno that could mess with medical supplies for miles. Buckle up, folks.
I'm Vixie Steele. Welcome to Loud and Local in Los Angeles. First up, the Palisades fire case. Prosecutors say a 29-year-old Uber driver, Jonathan Rinderknecht, lit the Lockman blaze in early January last year. It smouldered underground for days, then blew back as the Palisades fire on January 7th. 12 dead, billions in damage, the worst wildfire in Los Angeles history. In court, an ATF agent testified that Rinderknecht was spiralling mentally, and the government is leaning hard on motive and state of mind. Prosecutors point to late-night drives near the ignition area, attempts to hide phone data, recordings of 911 calls, and, anguished chats with ChatGPT that read like a personal diary, full of anger at the wealthy and crushing loneliness. That is the picture being painted. But listen, Rinderknecht denies any wrongdoing, and there has been no conclusive evidence in court that he intentionally started that fire. No smoking gun so far. Motive is not proof. Vibes are not arson. Look, mental health matters in the justice system. If someone is in crisis, that's a failure long before a courtroom. I'm not saying mental health excuses crime, but I'm sick of prosecutors building a mountain out of chats and mood swings without the rock-solid piece that shows the act. ChatGPT as a journal is not a crime. Being lonely is not a felony. Show the match, show the ignition, or stop waving the notebook like it is a torch. I do not make the rules, but I do enforce them. Proof first, punishment second. Next up, Santa Maria. 5 teens were killed in a single car crash on June 7th, days before graduation. Alcohol is suspected, and families are planning funerals instead of parties. Jesus Christ. Local leaders are finally pushing back on youth drinking culture. Bans on those sugary, high-alcohol cans that fly off corner store shelves. More education. More support for grief and mental health. More guardrails where the system is paper thin. Ban the sugary crap if it helps save lives. Pull the neon poison from the checkout racks, and while you're at it, fund the boring stuff that works. After-school programs, rides, counselling for kids and parents, checks on known party houses, real enforcement on sales to minors. This is not rocket science, it is willpower and budgets. Back in my day, people had fucking standards. Now we debate flavours while kids die on asphalt. Unbelievable, but not surprising. And now, the warehouse inferno in Tracy. A 1 million square foot stash of medical supplies at the Medline Distribution Centre went up in flames Wednesday. Fire started on the roof, pushed into the building, and then hit a neighbouring FedEx facility. Thick smoke was visible for miles. Heavy winds and low water supply made things worse. Firefighters did the hard work and got everyone evacuated. No injuries reported. Cause is still under investigation. Here's the bit that makes my eye twitch. Sprinklers reportedly were not operating when crews arrived. What fresh disaster is this? Your last line of defence does nothing. Listen, if your whole business model is shipping gowns, gloves and tubing to hospitals, your fire suppression should be bulletproof. Expect ripple effects on supply chains, reroutes, delays, maybe price spikes. Corporations love to save a dime on maintenance until the bill comes due in smoke and sirens. Bloody hell. Moving on, before I break something, the LA mayoral race rumour mill, this again, Spencer Pratt drops out, and suddenly there are claims that homeless people on Skid Row were used for voter fraud. Reporters actually went to Skid Row, and residents were like, what rumour? Election experts checked, nothing there. The LA County Registrar says it's bunk. The numbers show Karen Bass doing well with the city's Democratic base and advancing to the runoff. This is not a scandal, it is a sore loser problem. Unbelievable, but not surprising how misinformation spreads. People post garbage, it gets 1 million views, and then when the adults in the room say there is no evidence, the conspiracy crowd screams cover up. Mate, if your entire platform is vibes and clickbait, maybe the problem isn't the ballots, it's you. Stop using our unhoused neighbours as props for losing narratives. I should not have to say this, but here we fucking are.
Last up, a big swing at something better. LA County wants to turn the historic General Hospital and 30.8 acres around it into a healthy village. Housing, clinics, community spaces, a commercial hub, car-free interior streets integrated with the medical campus, and a seismic retrofit to bring that grand old building back to life. Centennial Partners is on as master developer, construction prep is underway, the finish line is way out there in 2041. Price tag is $1 to $2 billion and the cash on hand is about $120 million. They're chasing historic tax credits, an enhanced infrastructure financing district, and private investors who say they care. Respect where it's due for thinking big. This is the good shit when it actually lands. But show me the money. Don't you dare dangle glossy renderings for 15 years while tents bake in the sun and elevators sit broken. Either fund it or get out of the way and let people who give a damn build. Hell yeah, now we're talking if they pull it off. Homes near care, streets for people, not cars, and a landmark saved. But if this turns into another press conference graveyard, I swear I am going to lose it. Pay the bill, pour the concrete, keep the promises. Call me when people grow a spine and cut the ribbon on something real. And that is today's dose of reality from Loud and Local in Los Angeles. Be smart. Be loud. Fix one damn thing on your block. We are leaving it at that because I am fucking exhausted.